For the headlines, China insists Philippines does not abide gentleman's agreement with former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Former Rodrigo Roa Duterte denied speculations of helping Pastor Apollo Quiboloy. Adjusted work schedules in national capital regions begin on May 2. Philippine National Police to provide assistance to commuters due to nationwide transport strike. Senator Cheese Escudero says using his protocol plate number is unauthorized. Good evening, bringing you the latest news for tonight. I am KRIZZA Lopez. This is Eurotv News Thread. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning explains why China continues to harass the Philippines. According to the spokesperson, it was the failure of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to comply with a gentleman's agreement that occurred between President Duterte and China. Alvin Pelobelio has the full details.
China retaliated against the Philippines in relation to the alleged gentleman's agreement in the South China Sea under the previous administration of former President Rodrigo Duterte. In a statement, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said that one of the reasons why the tensions in Ayungin Shoal in the West Philippine Sea continues due to the current administration's non-compliance with the said agreement between former PRRD and the Chinese government.
中方对此强烈不满和坚决反对，已向有关方面提出严正交涉。美日关系不应针对他国或损害他国利益，不应破坏地区和平稳定。中方坚决反对抱持冷战思维、搞小集团政治的做法，坚决反对制造和激化矛盾、损害他国战略安全和利益的言行。
Before heading to Washington, D.C. for the first trilateral leaders summit of the Philippines, Japan, and the United States, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said he was horrified that there was even this type of agreement in the previous administration. At the same time, Marcos's attendance was to ensure a deal for the freedom of navigation in the South China Sea with the allied countries, namely Japan and the U.S. In a press conference, former President Duterte confirmed that the said agreement between him and Chinese President Xi Jinping was a verbal agreement and through conversation only.
Hindi nadadala ito sa salita. We presidents, at one time or another, had that solemn duty, sacred duty, to protect the Filipino people.
The former chief executive added that there should be no movement and there should be no armed patrol to prevent any increase in the tensions in the South China Sea.
Lorenzana played a crucial role, a role that was something that well, sinasabi ko sa kanya, you handle this, especially matters that will govern the movements of the great ships.
Recently, China continuously called to the Philippines to fulfill its promise to tow away BRP Sierra Madre and Ayungin, the U.S. warship that was intentionally beached in Ayungin Shoal or Second Thomas Shoal to serve as a military post in the South China Sea. House Assistant Majority Leader and Zambales 1st District Representative Jefferson Konghun wants the House of Representatives to investigate the controversial agreement between the former PRRD and China. The lawmaker insisted that the said agreement should not compromise the territory and independence of the Philippines and the contested territory in the South China Sea. On the other hand, China insisted that the U.S. should not interfere in the South China Sea because the U.S. has no part in the region. The Chinese official also said that the recent tensions would not have happened if the U.S. had not intervened. and added that the Philippines should inform China in the event of any activities in the West Philippine Sea. However, the leaders of Japan, the Philippines, and the US stood their ground, continuing to follow agreement with allied countries and obeying international rules-based order towards prosperity and peace in the region.
Today, we commit to writing that story in the future together.
In the midst of compound crisis faced by the global community, multi-layered cooperation between allies and like-minded countries is essential if we are to maintain and bolster a free and open international order based on the rule of law.
It is a partnership born not out of convenience nor of expediency, but as a natural progression of a deepening relation and robust cooperation amongst our three countries, linked by a profound respect for democracy, good governance, and the rule of law.
Alvin Pelabello for Eurotv News.
Meanwhile, the first ever Philippines, Japan, and United States Trilateral Leaders Summit takes place to create a more strengthened deal in cooperation which seeks to protect the peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. This is one of the results of the historic trilateral alliance agreed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, and U.S. President Joe Biden in White House. Communications Secretary Cheloy Garafil said that Biden, Kishida, and Marcos have agreed to create an alliance in promoting peace in the Indo-Pacific region despite the issues and challenges faced in the international rules-based order. Marcos also told Biden and Kishida that this is a form of cooperation as natural development amid the stronger ties between the three allied countries. The chief executive added that the trilateral summit serves as a strong foundation which implicates chances for the plans in the future as a united country. While controversial Pastor Apollo Quiboloy is still in search, former Chief Executive Rodrigo Roa Duterte denied the speculation that Quiboloy is hiding in his premises. Duterte stated that he does not want to be involved with the pastor's legal problem. Henry Nicolas has the details of the headline.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte denied on Thursday speculations that Kingdom of Jesus Christ Pastor Apollo Quiboloy is living in his house in Davao City. In a late-night press conference in Davao, Duterte said that he doesn't want to be part of Quiboloy's legal problem, who is facing several charges including human trafficking. The speculations came after the authorities failed to find the pastor when they searched in his house or whereabouts in Davao City. Duterte also dared anybody to go to his house to look for Quiboloy. Or the pastor also has 2 arrest warrants in Davao for child abuse and sexual abuse of a minor and has been served through his lawyer. The Senate Sergeant-at-Arms also served him a contempt warrant for his non-appearance in a committee's investigation led by the Senator Risa Ontiveros into the alleged abuses committed against former KOJC members. Duterte also said that Quiboloy was allegedly hiding somewhere in his sprawling property in Barangay Tamayong in Davao City. This is Henry Nicolas for Eurotv News.
Following the announcement of work-adjusted schedule of Metro Manila Development Authority, the National Capital Region will start to implement the new working hours on May 2, 2024. The local government unit in Metro Manila will implement the adjustment in work schedule beginning May 2 to ease the traffic in the National Capital Region. This is after the Metro Manila Council agreed to implement a 7 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. work schedules in the localities in the Metro starting first week of May, as conveyed by MCC President and San Juan City Mayor Francis Zamora. The 17 localities in the Metro passed a resolution seeking to realign the working hours in LGUs from the traditional 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority or MMDA said this working schedule will be effective to ease the heavy traffic in the national road, especially during the rush hours, with the LGUs are advised to pass an ordinance for the implementation of the adjusted working hours. The Social Welfare and Development Agency proudly conducts graduation ceremony for the Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino program beneficiaries who finished and voluntarily exited the program. More from this report. The Department of Social Welfare and Development held the Pugay Tagumpay ceremony as a graduation exit for more than 25,000 Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino program beneficiaries who have completed the program. According to Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao, the celebration is a sign of a success not only for the beneficiaries but also for the agency that implemented the program. The Pugay Tagumpay ceremony was held in different DSWD field offices in collaboration with different local government units. Based on DSWD data, 25,904 Filipino families graduated from the 4 Ps this first quarter of the year. It also symbolizes the agency's initiative to reduce the poverty and improve the well-being of Filipinos after agency invested in human capital. As Sec Dumlao added, the ceremony was made a tribute for the beneficiaries, especially since the state of living of each family improved. The official clarified that those who graduated and voluntarily exited the program will still be subjected to aftercare monitoring by endorsing them to their local governments and to provide proper intervention. Dumlao also emphasized that the DSWD is still committed to supporting the beneficiaries who have completed the program as self-sufficient members of the society. This is KRIZZA Lopez for Eurotv News. We will be taking a very short break. Don't get away as Eurotv News thread returns.
Pangunahing dahilan nito sa pagsulpot ng iba't ibang karamdaman. Tandaan, ang kahandaan ay nagsisimula sa taong may alam. Mas protektado ang pamilya kung tayo ay handa at listo.
The Philippine National Police announced on Thursday that they will be providing vehicles to offer free rides to commuters during the upcoming strike by some transport group next week. According to PNP spokesperson Colonel Jean Fajardo, during a press conference at Camp Crame, their mobility assets will be supplemented with additional vehicles from other government agencies. She added that they are coordinating with the transport groups regarding this matter and emphasized that the PNP respects their freedom to express their grievances against the government. It can be recalled that the transport groups pagkakaisa ng mga samahan ng Chuper at Operator Nationwide or Piston and samahang Manibela Mananakay at nagkakaisang Terminal ng Transportasyon or Manibela announced on Thursday, April 11, a nationwide transport strike next week. This comes after a day President Marcos Jr. stated that the April 30 deadline for the franchise consolidation of the public utility vehicles under the government's transport modernization program will no longer be extended. After being apprehended by the Metro Manila Development Authority, Senator Cheese Escudero released a statement which he denies the authorization of using the protocol plate number 7. Let's have the details of this news. Senator Cheese Escudero says that he did not authorize the use of his protocol plate number after being apprehended by the Metro Manila Development Authority passing through the EDSA bus lane. In the statement released by the senator, he said that the vehicle with license plate number 7 was being driven by the driver of a family member. Following the incident of their driver being apprehended, the senator directed the driver to abide the show-cause order issued by the MMDA and face the violations that would be imposed on the driver. He revealed that even he is not using the vehicle with the license plate issued by the government under his name, which is why they will immediately surrender the license plate to the LTO. The senator also reiterated the abusive utilization of the number 7 plate number as it is not allowed to pass through the bus lane. Despite the incident, Escudero commended the authorities in charge of the EDSA busway for their vigilant monitoring of the lane. He also expressed his support for the government's initiative to ensure that everyone follows the traffic laws in Metro Manila regardless of their rank or position in the government. However, the senator apologized to the public and fellow lawmakers in the Senate after the incident. He assures that he properly uses the assigned protocol plate number and complies with the provisions under Executive Number 56 Series of 2024. Yesterday, April 11, the Special Action and Intelligence Committee for Transportation caught the vehicle with license plate number 7 that was issued this 19th Congress. This is also an indication that a senator owns the plate number. It is said that the driver of the black Toyota Land Cruiser gave his license to the SAIC but did not roll down the window. While the enforcer was finalizing the ticket violation, he sped away and left the license that was also declared expired yesterday. Based on the law, those who disobey the order may be fined up to 5,000 to 30,000 pesos and the driver's license may be cancelled. This is KRIZZA Lopez for Eurotv News. According to experts, the country's exportation of coconut products had a drop in the first quarter of 2024. They claim that one of the reasons of the decline is the rainfall deficit in the country. Vanessa Cleophas tells us more.
The Philippines ranks second as the largest producer of coconuts in the world following Indonesia, while the country leads when it comes to exportation in the world market. In fact, in the past 2 years, almost 70% of what the Philippines produced was sent abroad. The export value reached $3.2 billion according to records from the Department of Agriculture. According to some experts, the exportation of our coconut products has declined this year.
Now, for 2024, because of the rainfall deficiencies that we have observed in coconut areas, we are forecasting a decline from 2.9 last year to 2.7.
This year?
Yeah, 2.7.
2.7.
So, expectedly, we will have lower export for coconut products.
They see one of the problems as the decline in the production caused by rainfall deficit in certain areas, which are primary producers of coconut products. Based on their observation, they estimate that the export value of coconut products to the world market this 2024 might only reach $2.7 billion. However, they believe there are many ways to revitalize the coconut industry in the Philippines and restore the competitiveness of these products in the countries. One solution they propose is to boost the production of coconut-based products for international market. They also emphasize the importance of aligning our products with the preferences and needs of consumers in the countries.
What we can produce, then we need to produce more. So para hindi po wala pong competition between traditional products, coconut products, and yung mga value-adding products. No? Dumadami na po yung gumagawa dito sa atin. And yun lang, while dumadami po yung nagmamanufacture or nagpo-produce dito sa atin locally, tumataas din po yung requirement ng ating market. So the market, like Europe, they want the product to be organically certified. So yung organic, hindi pwedeng, ay organic kasi wala akong nilagay na fertilizer. So that's not the organic certification that the market wants. So kailangan may third-party certifier na magbigay sa iyo ng papel saying that your product is really organically certified. So ito yung mga requirements para the product will be able to penetrate international markets.
They also point out that the Philippines has a wide range of coconut products, making it easy to export them to international markets. This includes our own coconut oil ETA product in the world market, as well as other coconut food and non-food products proudly made in the Philippines. Meanwhile, to further promote the products of the coconut industry in the country, they encourage the public to support Filipino-made products to help the coconut industry and coconut farmers. It is worth noting that coconut farmers in the country are hopeful that the coconut industry will regain its strength under the administration of President Marcos. Meanwhile, this year, the Philippine Coconut Authority or PCA aims to plant over 8 million coconut seedlings in line with President Marcos' directives to plant 100 million coconuts by the year 2028. This is Vanessa Cleofas for Eurotv News.
And that's the latest news for tonight. You may visit Eurotvph.com for more news and information. You can also catch our broadcast live in our social media accounts and via Pinoy Extreme channel. I am KRIZZA Lopez. This is your TV News Thread. Stay safe and have a good night.